Hello everyone, my name is Tracy and this is my first video on this channel. I have another channel here on YouTube called Neutral DIY. I like to cook and sometimes I have to improvise on what I want to make because I don't have the ingredients to make it because I haven't been to the store yet. So I always talk in my videos on Neutral DIY that I pick up my groceries, but I usually don't pick them up until Saturday morning, and so sometimes I don't have the ingredients that I want to make my dinner on Friday night, so I have to improvise. So one night I wanted spaghetti, and I've actually already made this recipe. It came out really good, and so I wanted to show you how I made it. So I wanted to make spaghetti, and I didn't have the stuff to make it that I usually use, so I had to improvise. In my first recipe, I used this can of tomatoes, the chipotle, and it came out really good. A little bit spicy, but it was good. So this time I'm going to try it with the fire roasted rotel tomatoes, and I have some garlic here. This is frozen. I don't have fresh. I'm going to put a little bit of tahini in it to make it creamy. And I am using ground turkey. Of course, you can use ground beef if you want, and I'm only using 1 pound because it's just for me. So of course, if you need more, you would make more. But I wanted to just show you how I make it. So okay, so while the turkey is browning, I'm going to go ahead and start my sauce. So I'm going to move over to the other side. For this recipe, I'm actually going to be blending up my sauce. Usually I don't do that with my normal spaghetti that I make. If you like, I will show you that recipe too. But I just really like this recipe and I wanted it tonight, so I thought I would just go ahead and film it and show you how I made it. So let me go ahead and chop this up a little bit more. Okay, so my ground turkey is browning, so I'm going to go ahead and get the sauce ready. And I also want to say you do not have to use this type of tomatoes. You can use whatever type you want. If you have like a can of just regular diced tomatoes in your pantry, then you can use that. This is just what I'm using because this is what I have. Like I said, this is an improvised recipe, so you just use what you have, and this is what I have, and that's what I want to try this time. Last time I chose the chipotle just because I wanted to try and see what it would taste like, and it came out good. So I'm going to put some onions in with the meat, and I'm going to put the garlic in in the blender because I don't feel like dicing it up. And I'm cheating and using frozen onions because I don't like cutting onions, so I always buy these. I hate cutting onions, so this just makes it easy. So I'm just putting a little bit. I don't put much because it's only a pound of hamburger. And of course I will write the recipe and everything down and put it in the description for you. And of course you want to get your pot boiling for your pasta so that can be cooking while you're cooking everything else. So I have mine on and I need to salt it. I'm going to use my pink Himalayan salt. And what I've read, you actually are supposed to put quite a bit of salt in there. My meat is cooking. I have my blender here ready to go. Okay, so we're all set up to start making our sauce. I went ahead and opened my can of tomatoes. I have all my seasonings. I have oregano, Italian seasoning. I always put, when I make my spaghetti with beef, I always put beef bouillon. And now, so I'm going to put chicken with tomato in this one. A little bit of tahini, like I said, to make it creamy. If you don't have to do that if you don't want. And then my garlic. So let's go ahead and put everything in. And like I said, you also don't have to blend this if you don't want. I'm just doing it because that's what I did last time and it came out good. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour all of the tomatoes in there. Put a little bit of water in my can to get the rest of it out because I don't like to waste stuff. Plus it'll give it a little more to help it blend. And I'm just going to kind of pour stuff in, but I will put measurements in the description when I write the recipe. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of the, whoops, that's too much. I always do that. If you're using chicken bouillon, don't pour it in, scoop it. I did that before and yeah, it's not a good idea. How I learned my lesson last time. I'm just going to sprinkle some, probably like teaspoon or like half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. So yeah, I probably added about half a teaspoon for now. And like I said, if I need to, I'll add more later. And then I'm adding a little bit of minced onion, even though I already put onion in with the meat. I'm just going to pour it into my hand. So yeah, I'm guessing about half a teaspoon. And then the tahini always is a little oily on the top. Kind of like peanut butter, like natural peanut butter and always oily. I got mine from Trader Joe's. I'm sure you can get it anywhere. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons salt and pepper. Don't forget that. And then throw the garlic in. Okay, and then let's get our pasta started because my water is boiling. So I got this pasta here. It's a penne with the protein plus to give me some more protein. The hamburger is ready. The turkey meat doesn't really need to be drained because it doesn't have that much fat, but hamburger, of course, you want to drain it unless you're using a lean hamburger. Cook it to the box instructions. It says al dente perfection in 8 to 10 minutes. And grab my salt and pepper. Okay, and then go ahead and put your top on if you are blending. And blend away. I also wanted to add a little bit of tomato paste. So I like to use the one in the tube. That way you don't have to worry about opening a whole can of tomato paste just for one little recipe. Unless you use it a lot and you're going to use it in something else, then you can go ahead and do that. But I just use this because most of the time I just want a little bit. Go ahead and blend some more. Okay, there is our sauce. I went ahead and added a few more spices to give it more flavor. I actually do think I prefer the chipotle tomatoes. Of course, I guess that it's up to you what you want to use. So I usually have to make spaghetti when I'm home alone because my boyfriend doesn't like spaghetti, which don't ask me why. I know that's crazy, but he doesn't. So whenever he's not home, I make spaghetti. But yeah, so let's go ahead and put our sauce into the pan. Actually, this might end up being more than we needed. I added a tiny bit more water as well. Okay, go ahead and just mix it in with your meat. So yeah, let's go ahead and let that cook for a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and let it just get warm. The pasta's done, and I went ahead and drained it, but you want to leave a little bit of water in there so that you can mix it in with the sauce, and it helps it to stick to the pasta better. So I'm glad that I didn't add any more water. More than I thought was in there. With this recipe, I decided to blend it. When I make my regular spaghetti that I make, I don't do that. I use crushed tomatoes, so I will do a video on that too the next time I make that kind of spaghetti. I actually do have the stuff to make it. I just wanted this one tonight, but I'm kind of wishing that I'd used the chipotle tomatoes because this one doesn't have the same taste that I was looking for with that. Like I said, the chipotle tomatoes gave it a really good flavor, so you can definitely try that if you like that flavor. I love anything chipotle. I always have those tomatoes in my pantry. But this one still came out good. I just had to add a little more seasoning to it to give it the flavor that I was looking for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let this cook for a few minutes, and then I will come back when it's all plated up, and I'll do a taste test. Sorry I won't be on camera, but I'll do a taste test and let you know what I think. I put some avocado oil on my pasta. And I have some Parmesan cheese you can sprinkle on there. Okay, let's go ahead and give this a taste test. It looks delicious. I'm super excited to try it. I stirred it up a little bit so it doesn't look as pretty as it did earlier. But I went ahead and poured myself a glass of wine to go with it because I love drinking wine with my spaghetti. I am drinking this one here, Chateau Ste. Michelle Riesling. It says it pairs well with pasta. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I'm just going to try a little bite. Yeah, that's good. It kind of has a sausage taste, which is weird because I didn't use sausage. But yeah, it's really good. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you like this recipe and I hope you give it a try. Let me know in the comments if you do. I have plenty of other recipes coming. I have a lot of different stuff that I cook, so this is not going to be any specific type of channel. It's just going to be whatever I feel like cooking. I also need a name for the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think I should call it. Like the video if you did like it, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Like I said, I have a lot of different recipes that I like to make. I have a recipe book that I've made on my other channel full of recipes, and I actually want to add more, including this one. that's it for this video. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye guys.